Good morning, everybody. My name is Matt Hartsock. I'm a certified health coach with Take Shape for Life. And what we're going to be talking about today is teaching you how to not just survive through the holidays, but how to actually thrive through the holidays. As you're working on your weight loss goals and on your health goals, this can be a challenging time. The holidays are filled with family and tradition. And it's often those two things that kind of keep us like stumbling, right? Family and traditions. And so what we're going to be talking about today are giving you some practical tips, some strategies so that you can make it through this time and get the outcome that you're actually looking to achieve. And I think this is pretty often what I hear from people when they're thinking about getting healthy. I'm just going to wait till after the holidays because it's just going to be too difficult. And even if you're on your journey already, it might just seem like this daunting task. How am I going to make it through the holidays? It's just going to be too hard. And I think the reason why we feel that is this. The events. I have to go to all these events, these dinners and these Christmas parties and the office parties. And oh my word, it's so difficult. If they would just serve celery at these things, I would do so much better. If you're planning on hosting a celery party for Christmas, don't invite me because I'm not coming to that. But it seems like, how on earth can I make it through grandma's dinner? Because she's making that once a year, special marshmallow banana turkey thing that she makes every year. How can I not eat it? Because if I don't eat it, Christmas is going to cease to exist. I understand. We all go through that. We all, experience that. But I want to tell you this morning that this little equation here isn't true. The event that feels so out of your control, and often it is completely out of our control, really in and of itself has nothing to do with the outcome that you're looking for. Because there's a part of this equation that's missing. All right? And that part is this. It is the event plus your response to the event that's going to determine your outcome. The event you have no control over. The response is completely in your control. And so if the response is what's going to determine your outcome, that means your outcome is completely within your control. And that is very, very good news. And so what we're going to talk about today is how to help you respond well to all of these situations. So here's the question. What is your response going to be to the holidays? What do you want your ideal outcome to be? You get to decide because you're in control of this, right? You're in control of this. So you get to decide, what do I want my ideal outcome to be? You've got a couple options. I see you have three possible responses to these situations. Response number one, would you enjoy the benefits of staying on program? 100% on program through the holidays. Really? Yeah, really. You're going to feel great. You're going to have more energy to go shopping, to spend time with people. You're going to continue to lose weight so that you look even better at these holiday gatherings. You're going to experience little or no hunger or cravings, making it easier to deal with food and alcohol triggers. And you're going to stay in fat burning. Fat burning is that underlying powerful structural tool that we have that keeps you feeling really good and helps you stay strong through all of these situations. So that's response number one. Number two, would you be okay with a compromise where you're staying on program except for those holiday meals and you're going to be using your meal replacements the rest of the time? So just a caveat to this, just know that with this option, you will most likely get kicked out of fat burning. It's going to take you 2 to 4 days to get back into that. You're going to have lower energy. You're going to have hunger. You're going to have cravings. And, that's going to be a little difficult when you're surrounded with all this like non-celery kind of food. And it's going to slow down your weight loss. But it's your choice. This could be your response. you have to ask yourself, is that worth it to me? Is it worth it to go through this fat burning thing again? Choice number 3, would you consider it a success to go into maintenance mode? You're still eating 6 times a day. You're choosing meal replacements to offset, some less favorable choices. You're controlling your portion sizes, but you're not gaining any weight during the season. Instead of putting on that average 7 pounds, you're not gaining any weight. You're not losing any weight, but you're not gaining any weight either. Again, you're not going to be in fat burning mode, which is going to make it a little challenging. You just have to ask yourself, is it worth it? And, you may be, if you're a client, you may be asking yourself, you mean I can go into maintenance mode? My coach will let me do that? You know what? I'm a cheerleader. I'm not a drill sergeant. It's your choice. You get to choose. It is completely up to you. And there's no judgment attached to this, right? It is your choice and it is your outcome. So just get clear about that. Here's what I highly suggest that you do. That you make the decision of which option that you want before the event arrives, okay? Don't go into it just thinking to myself, we'll see what happens. Whatever happens, happens, Because for me, what happens to me, like if I'm on plan, I'm assuming I'm 100% on plan, and then I go to the event, and then I make the choice later to have something that's not on plan. And then I start to feel, all that self-talk like, oh, I blew it, I failed, no, I just made the choice. I just need to deal with the outcome of, the consequences of the outcome. And if you declare your choice before you go, you are going to have exponentially more chance of actually achieving what you want. So decide what you want. Be okay with the decision. Decide what you want. Then go to the event. Here's something to consider. As of today, there are 40 days left in the year. You are going to have to make 6 healthy meal choices a day between now and the end of the year. That adds up to 234 meal choices that you're going to have to make, okay? Most of those are pretty much a no-brainer. Meal replacements, a lean and green, easy. How many meal choices are actually holiday meal choices between now and then? Maybe 5 to 7 out of 234. These are the only things that you need to stop and make this decision on. And you may decide that one of them will be the one that you compromise on, and the rest of them you're going to stay on program. Or you may decide that, it doesn't matter what's coming my way. I am staying on program the whole way through, okay? But it's not quite as overwhelming as maybe you think it's going to be. You only have a couple opportunities here that you need to really make a choice. So don't use the holidays as an excuse, right? What did we learn before? The event is not determining your outcome. You are determining your outcome. Your response to that is determining the outcome. It's not the holidays. It's your response, okay? Don't shift the power to the event. The power lies in you. You can thrive through this holiday season. You can enter 2016 with momentum. How would you like your New Year's resolution this year to be? You know what? I guess I'm just going to continue to be as awesome as I am because you've got momentum. You're moving forward. And you have so many opportunities to make choices that are completely in line with your goals. And that is such an empowering place to be. So how do you actually do it? How do you actually get the outcome that you're looking for? Well, what you want to do is you want to develop a strategy so that you get what you were looking for. You get what you desire. So this is really simple. There's 3 parts to this. First of all, what do you want? What do you want to achieve? Do you want to continue to lose weight through the holidays? Do you want to maintain through the holidays? Just get really clear on what you want to achieve. So let's say you want to stay on program. You want to stay 100% on program, okay? So you're staying true to it, and you lose an additional, say, 15 pounds by January 1st. So that's your desired outcome. First of all, you want to make sure that it's completely measurable. This isn't some vague notion. This is measurable. I can measure that I'm doing what I'm saying I want to do. So first of all, you decide what you want. Secondly, get really real on where you are right now. The truth is, it's going to be difficult through the holidays. You're going to be faced with a lot more temptations and situations than maybe you normally would be. But get real with where you are. I've already lost 15 pounds. I'm feeling really good, but I'm going to have a hard time getting through this without gaining this extra weight. Okay. Don't try to romanticize the situation and think, whatever's coming, I am so strong. You know what? You got to know where you are so that you can know how to get to where you want to go. And then the last part is, what are you going to do? What are your steps to actually help you achieve your goal? I know what I want. I know what obstacles I'm going to face. Now, what am I going to do to get me through that time so that I end up on the other side exactly where I want to be? And these are your secondary choices. Your fundamental choice is that you want to be healthy. And your primary choice is that I'm going to continue to lose weight. Your secondary choices are, here's doing the do. Here's what I need to do to actually make this happen. So if you're on plan, what do I need to do? I need to commit to the 5 and 1 every day. That means I'm having 5 meal replacements. I'm eating every 2 to 3 hours. I'm having that healthy lean and green meal every day. So what does that really look like? Well, I know that when I'm at that meal at grandma's, I'm going to be there from 11 in the morning till about 9 o'clock at night. I got to make sure I'm packing enough things with me so that I can stay true to my plan. Or I'm going shopping with my sisters, and I know that we probably are going to run late. I'm going to be, in the mall all day. I'm going to throw some bars in my purse or my man purse, whoever you are, so that you have what you need to be able to get this done. You're going to drink a minimum of 64 ounces of water every day. Ideally, we're shooting for 50% of your body weight in ounces every day. You're going to get 7 to 8 hours of recuperative sleep. And we know how stressed and busy the holiday times is. This is really critical. This is something to really think about, because when you're tired, you're going to take the path of least resistance. So get some sleep. And like I said, you're going to carry bars at all times just in case you're delayed. So think before you eat. This is a really important thing to consider every single day, because, like we said before, you're going to be faced with so many opportunities to make good choices that are congruent, that are totally in line with what you want. And the way to really be successful in making those decisions is to really think about what you're doing before you do it. Why am I eating? Before you put anything in your mouth, here's what you want to ask yourself. Is this a rational eating decision, or is this an emotional eating decision? The rational eating decision would be, I'm going to eat this little blob of protein, carb balanced food because it's good for me. It's going to fuel my body, and it's going to keep my metabolism moving, and it's going to help me stay in fat burn. And this is why I eat. Okay. There's also a lot of emotion tied to food, especially this time of year. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Ratatouille, when the food critic tastes that ratatouille for the first time, and immediately he is sucked back into the past, and he's in this warm kitchen, and it's cold outside, and he walks in, and his mom's there, and his mom loves him, and she's showering him with this love, with this food, and it's all just amazing to him, and it's this sensory experience. This is what we face. This is true. This is grandma's marshmallow turkey, whatever. This is all part of that. And so if you're really working on getting healthier, and you recognize your current reality is that my nutritional choices, my eating choices, are such an important part of me meeting my goal, just be very aware. With Take Shape for Life, we teach mindfulness. And this is all part of that, just being mindful of your situation and asking yourself, is what I'm about to do really going to move me forward, or is it going to keep me where I am? Is it going to give me the outcome that I'm looking for? So here's what you ask yourself to determine if it truly is a rational decision. Is eating this in my long-term best interest? If I eat this now, how will I feel an hour from now? How will I feel tomorrow? And, that's a big one for me. I love when I wake up in the morning and I think, you know what, yesterday I did it. I was on point. I feel so amazing. When I feel like that in the morning, you know what? I am inclined to do it again. And so think ahead. How are you going to feel in the morning? How are you going to feel a year from now if I continue to make decisions like this? Doing this engages both your rational brain and your emotional brain. That's a pretty powerful thing. And all of these things are really the basis of what Dr. A teaches in the Habits of Health. It's his idea of stop, challenge, and choose. First of all, you stop. Before you make the decision, you just stop and you think about it. You raise your mindfulness. Why am I doing this? And then you challenge it. Why do I feel this way? Why do I think I need to eat this? Is it a sense of obligation? Is it because I'm stressed? Is it because I'm tired? Just challenge it. And then you choose. Then you make your choice based on what you want your ideal outcome to be. This is the basis. This is the powerful tool that we use with Take Shape for Life to help you move forward. Stop, challenge, and choose. So how do you actually do this? Sounds great. I would love to be able to get the outcome that I'm looking for. The reality is it's tough. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of opportunities that I face. What am I going to do? How am I actually going to pull this off? Okay. Here's some ideas. When you're invited to an event, a gathering, Christmas party, whatever it is, you know what? It is totally okay to say no, especially when you're really working hard on yourself. These events are going to happen every year. You're going to have a million more opportunities to attend these events. It's okay to say no for a season while you're working on yourself. Be selective. You don't have to go to everything. Go to the things that matter most to you. Go to the events that are, the most important relationships for you. It's really easy to overextend ourselves this time of year and to not get enough rest. You set yourself up for making poor choices. When I'm tired, it's hard to stay on point with that. Take really good care of yourself. Get a lot of sleep so that you are strong. You can make it through these situations. What if it's a family tradition to have a baking party? Whoa, boy, that's like a disaster waiting to happen, right? Well, maybe instead of baking all those bazillion cookies, you make non-edible gifts this year and give them away. Brush your teeth with extra minty toothpaste. This is a really good tip. Anytime when you're just feeling like I just want to eat something, brush your teeth. You get that clean feeling in your mouth and you're less likely to want to mess that up with something gross. Eat before you bake. Have a meal replacement, right before you go into this event so that you feel satisfied. That protein is going to make you feel really full. You're going to be less likely to eat. Wash your hands frequently. Again, it's just like having clean mouth. You don't want to mess that up. This is a good one. My friend Frida told me this one. Put Vicks under your nose. The cookies won't smell nearly as good. I don't care what kind of cookies that you're making. When all of them have that vapor rub thing going on, it's not going to seem very appealing to you and you're going to be less tempted to eat it. So before you go to these events, have a written action plan before you go. And we're going to give you an opportunity to actually have something in hand, and your coach can help you with that. Again, declare your goal and write down your goal. You're more likely to actually achieve it if you write it down. Know what you're going to do when a challenge comes. What happens when it's 40 feet of buffet? What are you going to do? Talk through that with your coach. What's going to be your course of action? Maybe it's just moving to the other side of the room. Being very practical like that. Never go hungry. Always eat before you go. If you've got a big Christmas meal that you're going to attend, have that meal replacement like 30 minutes before you go. You know how full you feel on these things. You're going to be less likely to overeat. And you may find that you'll go and you have a salad first, and all of a sudden you're like, I am totally satisfied. I am totally full. And you end up, getting the outcome that you're looking for. As I said before, write down your goals, write down your action plan. And this is the action planner that we have that your coach can get to you. And, so what you want to do is just fill this out. My plan of action for, the work Christmas party. Here's what it is. It's Friday at 5:00. My goals are this. I want to stay committed to my weight loss and maintenance programs and my health goals. And list some other objectives if you want to. Maybe it's I'm going to not, have any alcohol at this because I know how it totally lowers my defenses. So you write all of this stuff out. Then you get really clear, right, with your current reality. These are the challenges that I'm probably going to face. And then how will I respond to them? If you know ahead of time, if you've made the plan ahead of time, you're more likely to actually follow through and do it. We don't leave anything up to chance, because the odds are stacked against us. So use these tools, get really clear on what you want, get clear on what's coming your way, get clear on how you want to respond to them, and you will end up getting exactly what you're looking for. So when you go to these parties, instead of focusing on the food, focus on your friends and family. Really take time to deepen those relationships and ask questions, and don't let it just be about the food, because that's really not what this is about, right? It's about the relationships in your life. Really enjoy yourself. Cherish every precious moment. We have no idea how long we have on this earth. And so use these times to really, just cherish every moment. Strut your stuff. How I love this, because if somebody says to me, I don't think I could start before the holidays, is going to be too hard. What if you did start and you're down 10 pounds and you feel really good about yourself? I love going to parties when I feel good about myself. So plus you have an opportunity to be a role model of healthier living. You have an opportunity to spread health. It's a ripple effect. When people are watching you make really good choices, they're probably going to be apt to do the same thing and follow you. And that's a pretty cool thing, to be able to be a role model and lead people to health. Bring your own food when you can. One thing, when Audrey and I were going through a program and we were losing our weight, whenever we would go to an event, we would ask the host, what can I bring? And sometimes, it was like, there's nothing for us to eat. There's nothing at this event that's going to be in line with what we want. And so we would just bring our own. And you know what? Nobody even noticed. Nobody cares. And we stayed true to our program. So bring things that you can eat. If you have to bring snacks, choose to bring non-tempting treats to share. Things that are easy for you to resist. That seems a little, here, eat this, I hate it. But you know what I mean. Do things that other people enjoy, but then maybe you don't like. As I said before, position yourself away from the food. Don't stand next to the buffet where you can just reach, Physically remove yourself. Stand on the other side of the room. Hold a water bottle in your dominant hand at all times. You're less likely to be grabbing things if you can. If you eat at an event, avoid portion distortion by using the smallest plate available. That's a really good tip. Just go for that small thing and you won't be able to just keep this thing. Eat really slowly and don't go back for seconds. Here's another thing that I often will tell my clients, if there's going to be alcohol at this event and they think, how can I don't want to stand out, I don't want to, feel weird if everybody else is drinking something. Have a club soda. Just put a glass of, a club soda with a lime in it. Nobody's going to know what you're drinking. Keep it in your dominant hand the whole event and you'll do just fine. Make some recipes using meal replacements. Share a healthy snack with your friends and family. Cleanup and leftovers. When cleaning up, if snacking on leftovers is a challenge, choose a cleanup job away from the food, such as washing the dishes. Let somebody else put away the leftovers. And again, this is that same concept of just physically remove yourself from the situation if you need to. Freeze them immediately. Create your own lean and green meals from the leftovers and freeze them for busy days. And again, just putting some planning into place. Tips to stay focused during the holidays. As I said before, focus on your family and friends. Don't focus on the food. Plan ahead. Don't go hungry. Have that meal replacement half hour before you go. You're going to feel full. It's going to help you stay on track. Take control, right? We learned that earlier. You are in control. It is your response. It is totally up to you. You have all the power. Choose the smaller plates. Avoid family-style dining. Move before munching. Go out for a walk. Go out for a brisk walk before that meal, or when the hors d'oeuvres come out. Ask somebody to come with you. Again, be the role model. Inspire other people. Make your cocktails mocktails. Like I said before, club soda is a great one. Or, some sparkling water. Maybe like a 0-calorie flavor infuser. It can look really festive. It can look like, put it in a martini glass. Nobody's going to know. It's going to be delicious, and you're going to stay on track with what you want. Read health transformation stories on Facebook or your coach's website. Right? Plug in to our Optimal Health community. It is so inspiring when you do that. When you see what other people have gone, other people that have gone before you and been successful, you're going to be inspired to stay on your own journey. Use your Optimal Health community for support. Talk to your coach. Listen to the Habits of Health calls. Listen to the doctors and nurses calls. Plug into the Facebook support group. We are better together. Use your Optimal Health community for support. And of course, the most important thing is stay in touch with your health coach. Not only do you want to make sure that you're tracking with them before you go to the event, I have my clients text me if they're at an event and they're like, what am I going to do? Text me, okay? This is what I'm here for. I'm here to support you and to talk you through this. If you feel like you just aren't going to make it through it, text me before you make the choice, okay? And we'll talk through it together. This is like I said, I'm the cheerleader. I'm not the drill sergeant. I'm not going to slap your wrist. I'm going to guide you and help you get to the place that you really want to be. So just to wrap this up, what a wonderful time of year this is. What a great chance for you to connect with everybody that you love. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your friends and family. Cherish every precious moment. You don't have to just survive the holidays. You can actually thrive through the holidays. I hope this was helpful. If you would like a copy of that action planner, connect with the person that invited you to this call. They will make sure they will get a copy of that in your hands. And use your coach, come up with a plan, know what you want, and let's achieve the outcomes that we're all really looking for this holiday season. Thanks so much, and happy holidays.